The gloves are off in Hollywood, and this time it's personal. Jennifer Garner has finally had enough of Blake Lively's innocent act, and we've got all the juicy details. From stolen husbands to royal feuds, Blake's America's sweetheart image is crumbling faster than a cookie in hot coffee. Let's dive straight into the epicenter of this Hollywood earthquake, Jennifer Garner's long-simmering resentment toward Blake Lively. It all exploded back in 2010 on the set of The Town, when Ben Affleck, then married to Jen, cast 23-year-old Blake as his love interest. How convenient, right? Ben was 38, a whole 15 years older than Blake, yet he somehow felt the need to write multiple intense makeout scenes between their characters. Subtle Ben, real subtle. And get this, right around this same time, Blake suddenly split with her longtime Gossip Girl boyfriend Penn Badgley. The timing couldn't be more suspicious if it tried. Jennifer was already walking on eggshells after what happened with Ben and J.Lo years earlier. Remember when Ben was engaged to Jennifer Lopez before meeting Garner on Daredevil? History has a funny way of repeating itself in the most unfunny ways. If you think that's messy, wait until you hear how Jennifer handled seeing Blake at Hollywood events. Or should I say, how she made sure she never had to see her. The tension between Jennifer and Blake reached such nuclear levels that in 2014, Jennifer straight up forbade Ben from working on a film with Ryan Reynolds. Why? Because she knew she'd have to interact with Blake at events. That's not just petty drama. That's a woman with receipts longer than a CVS receipt after buying chapstick. The damage was done though. Ben and Jen's marriage was already on the rocks, with Ben later spiraling into that infamous nanny situation before their 2018 divorce. Even now, years later, Jennifer Garner avoids Blake like the plague. When Jennifer worked with Ryan Reynolds on The Atom Project and later in Deadpool and Wolverine, eagle-eyed fans noticed she never did any press or appearances with Blake. The Hollywood cold shoulder doesn't get icier than that. But Jennifer Garner isn't the only A-lister with a Blake Lively problem. Scarlett Johansson might be a Black Widow on screen, but in real life, she got stung by the same blonde bombshell. Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds seemed like the perfect Hollywood power couple when they tied the knot in 2008. Their wedded bliss lasted all of 2 years before, you guessed it, Blake Lively entered the picture on the set of Green Lantern in 2010. The on-set chemistry was so obvious that crew members were spilling. One insider revealed Ryan and Blake were literally leaving their trailers to get hotel rooms together during filming. Meanwhile, Scarlett was at home probably wondering why her husband wasn't answering his phone. The disrespect reached peak levels when Scarlett didn't even show up to the Green Lantern premiere. Instead, Ryan and Blake walked the red carpet together like they were the married couple. Talk about a public slap in the face. Just 1 month later, Ryan and Scarlett publicly announced their divorce. While ScarJo has always kept it classy in public, sources say she goes absolutely glacial whenever Blake's name comes up. Blake's pattern of home wrecking is one thing, but taking jabs at actual royalty? That's a whole new level of bold that had Buckingham Palace clutching their crowns. As if stealing husbands wasn't enough drama, Blake decided to pick a fight with actual royalty. When Kate Middleton found herself in the middle of that Photoshop scandal with her family photo, Blake saw it as the perfect opportunity to promote her Betty Buzz beverages. She posted a ridiculously edited photo of herself with the caption, "Totally not photoshopped, zero editing whatsoever, just flawless and perfect." The timing made it crystal clear she was taking a cheap shot at Kate's PR disaster. Remember, Kate was already recovering from major surgery and dealing with intense public scrutiny. Blake just had to pile on to sell some sparkling water? Sources say the palace was not amused by Blake's childish behavior. This showed a whole new side to Blake's personality. Not just a home wrecker, but someone willing to mock others' struggles for personal gain. If you think royal feuds and stolen husbands are Blake's only problem, wait until you hear what her own co-stars have to say about working with her. Behind the scenes of Gossip Girl, Blake and Leighton Meester were anything but besties. While they played BFFs Serena and Blair on screen, crew members revealed they barely tolerated each other in real life. The issue? While Leighton focused on her craft, Blake was busy using the show as a launchpad for fashion deals and magazine covers. The resentment grew so intense that when Leighton married Adam Brody, guess which Gossip Girl star didn't get an invitation? Blake was left checking her mail for nothing. Even Henry Golding, who worked with Blake on A Simple Favor, seemed less than thrilled about the experience. While he claimed to be intimidated by Blake, insiders say it was more like irritation. Apparently, Blake would halt the entire production if she didn't like how she looked in a shot. The diva behavior was real. Speaking of A Simple Favor, the tension between Blake and Anna Kendrick was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Sources say Anna found Blake to be high maintenance and difficult. One insider revealed Anna felt like Blake treated the crew like extras in The Blake Lively Show. Even Leonardo DiCaprio, Hollywood's eternal bachelor who's dated half the Victoria's Secret catalog, couldn't handle Blake's intensity. And the reason why is absolutely cringe-worthy. Blake and Leo's brief relationship in 2011 should have been a celebrity match made in heaven. Instead, it flamed out faster than a cheap candle. Why? Because Blake was doing the most. According to insiders, Blake was trying way too hard to fit into Leo's famous friend group. While Leo prefers laid-back women, Blake's behavior came across as overbearing and desperate. The most embarrassing detail? Blake would send Leo pictures of a Barbie doll to keep things fun. Yes, a grown woman sending doll pictures to one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Leo quickly bailed and went back to dating models, wanting nothing to do with Blake afterward. All this context makes Blake's recent drama with Justin Baldoni over It Ends With Us much more understandable. Her pattern of difficult behavior and manipulation has finally caught up with her in a very public way. As the legal battle unfolds, more people are connecting the dots between Blake's past actions and her current situation. The mask has finally slipped, revealing not the sweet girl next door she's pretended to be, but someone who's built a career stepping over others. At this point, Blake's reputation in Hollywood is hanging by a thread. With enemies ranging from Jennifer Garner to Scarlett Johansson to Anna Kendrick, it's becoming impossible for her to maintain her carefully crafted image. Meanwhile, Jennifer Garner is thriving with her role in Deadpool and Wolverine, her stable 6-year relationship with John Miller, and her solid co-parenting relationship with Ben Affleck. The question now is whether Blake will ever acknowledge her behavior or continue playing the victim. Based on her track record, I think we all know which way she's leaning. Is Blake really the homewrecker everyone says she is, or just misunderstood? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and smash that subscribe button for more Hollywood bombshells. This drama is far from over, and we'll be right here with all the updates.